Hello, Battle Pirates, and welcome to Battle Pirates. Welcome, everybody. This is a new series to help new players. A lot of people are just coming from Battle Pirates from Armor Games. So this is an account I created on here to help everybody out and get you started on the right road. Battle Pirates is a little bit unintuitive for some things, but once you get the hang of it, it's a fun game. I do have a prior series. This is probably from a year and a half to 2 years ago. The game looks a little different. There's a lot of stuff missing that the game has now, so it's a good time to refresh. So this first episode is just about the base. Let's walk around, let's see what we see. Let me show you a couple things. This is just a notification saying that I built a ship and now the ship is done. A notification that some research is complete. A notification that more research is complete. It's been a couple hours since I logged in. An upgrade is complete. And I leveled up again. So I started this account today. So yes, I'm already at level 17, but this account is not 24 hours old. This account is not even 12 hours old. Okay? So, when you start this game, you're going to come in with a base that looks kind of similar to this. I moved these two pieces of land from right here to right here. But other than that, it looks very similar. Let me walk you through a couple of things on this base. First, this is your outpost. For functional purposes, you don't really do much with the outpost right now. It holds some resources, and this is where you go if you want to change your name. Right, if you want to change your name, this is where you change it. You can only change this once for free. Every other time it costs 100 coins. So think about what you want before you change your name. Notice I still have the default name. I haven't changed it yet. I don't know what I want this called yet, so I'm just going to leave it for a little while. You start the game with a bubble. A bubble means nobody can hit your base unless you lose your bubble. You only lose your bubble if you attack somebody else's base. You can attack other ships on the map, but you cannot attack another base and retain your bubble. Okay, so let's talk about what comes with it. This is the dock. This is where all your ships go. This is where you go to launch ships from. You're going to start with one of these. And you'll start with basically this ship and buy like 3 or 4 of these little buggers. If you want to mix up a fleet, you remove something from it, and you select and you pick an option that's in there. Like for example, I'm building this little fleet right here. I need to finish it out. So there we go. Now we have 5 ships in a fleet. 5 is the maximum you can have in a fleet. You can have less. You have to have a flagship. The flagship cannot be dead. That's probably all you care about right now. To launch it, you can either click here, you can double click up here. So if you want to launch 3, you just double click all of those and you can hit launch 3 fleets. If you just want to do 1, you just go to it and you launch fleet. Okay? If you want to build a ship, you go to your shipyard and then you click on ship designer. If you already have crap in there, you can hit the clear button and start over, select hull. When you first start out, there's only going to be one ship in there, the gunboat. It's the littlest ship, carries almost no cargo, but it's actually pretty fast. If you're not going to get hit, it's a decent little ship. What I recommend is that you research Havoc 1 torpedoes. These are torpedoes. Notice they have a range of 75. That's a pretty good range. Build a fleet of these, which only is 2 minutes and 6 seconds. Now let me tell you a very fundamental part of this game is this game is based off of time, and the company makes their money based off of you being impatient. If you have a little bit of patience, you can play this game for free, no problem. Lots of people play this game for free. Some people have zero patience and have spent crazy amounts of money on this game. But if you got a little bit of patience, you'll do fine in the game. You don't have to spend a penny. A little bit of patience and a little bit of skill. There's some people that have no skill spend a lots of money to make it look like they have skill. So this is coin, whatever. Anything that takes less than 5 minutes, you can speed up. No matter what it is, if it takes less than 5 minutes, you can speed it up. So this is 2 minutes 6 seconds. So if we want to build this, we click build, and it's already under 2 minutes, so we can speed up, and we do the instant completion for free. Okay, see? Build 5 of those. I actually already have 5 of those that I built, and we're going to take those out in another video to show you how they work. I think that is the first set of ships you should build. I didn't mean to put armor on it, but Havoc 1 torpedoes. Now, your weapons are in this one. This is called your weapons lab. Your weapons labs holds 3 kinds of weapons: ship weapons, base weapons, and rockets. Rockets don't come from ships. Rockets come from your base. And they can't hit anything in your base. They're like intercontinental ballistic sort of missiles. They got to go somewhere. So ship weapons. If you want to research the Havoc torpedoes, they're at the very end, right here. You do have to upgrade the weapons lab a couple times, once or twice, to be able to do the Havoc torpedoes. It's at least level 2. I don't remember. I'm at 3 now, but I don't think that was for the torpedo. What I built those other ships with was these Rapier missiles. Rapier missiles are great for like the first week of the game, and then they kind of not very good. They're not a very good gun, but the first week of the game they're just fine. Base weapons, you got a bubble for 6 days. I don't really care about base weapons right now. We're going to care about base weapons later. Rockets, they don't give you a launch pad by default. You have to build one. I don't care about rockets yet. Just focus on ship weapons right now. Get some Rapier missiles, get some Thud cannons, get the Havoc 1, these guys, and also do a little research on these diplomatic mortars. So I have level 2 diplomatic mortars, level 3 Rapier missiles, level 4 Thuds, and level 1 Havoc torpedoes right now. Okay. The next one is your naval lab. Your naval lab holds 2 things: ships and armor that goes on ships. Okay. Initially, early in the game, you're probably not going to put a lot of armor on stuff. You're going to want to keep stuff pretty light, pretty lean. It makes it quick to repair, because repair for ships is based on the amount of armor applied to the ship. So if your ship has more than about 600 in armor, what that means is it will take longer than 5 minutes to repair. And if it takes less than 5 minutes to repair, it's free. And treat that as a per ship thing. So what have I done today? You start with a gunboat. So I've researched these 3 ships. I wanted to get to Marauder. Marauder, at the beginning of the game, is a good little ship. It's a good base ship. Okay. The next one is the War Academy. The War Academy, for what level it is, defines how many slots you have in your dock. Okay, so if you notice, the War Academy is level 3. I have 3 slots in my dock. That makes sense? So if you upgrade this, you get more slots. That's important. 3 to 4, you can work with that for a while. It's all right. These guys down here, these are resource generators, because you need resources to build anything. These 4 right here are what's critical. This uranium you'll care about later. You do not care about this early in the game. But these 4 you do care about. These are resource generators. Ignore these. Don't get rid of them, but ignore them. There's much better ways to get money than with resource generators. This is the chat. You type stuff, and if you do /?, it will give you examples of things you could do. If you click on people, you can ignore them. If you type /base and hit enter, it will put in the comms your base coordinates. So you don't have to know your base coordinates. And that's probably all of the cool stuff it kind of does. If you're in an alliance, then you get another tab. But that's not really a beginning game problem. If you want to build something, so for example, this is the advanced lab. The advanced lab, I didn't really describe this well. Ships have guns, ships have armor, and ships can have specials. Specials come from either the advanced lab or the intel lab. Okay. Early in the game, they're all going to come from the advanced lab. You had to build that. I built it. Took it to level 2 initially, and I researched the engine upgrade number 1, and that's what I stuck on these ships. I put engine upgrade number 1, I put no armor, and I put 3 Rapier missile 3s. Okay. Not too long into the game, you're going to need more. The capacity of these is a combination of the level of your outpost and the number and level of warehouses. You can have up to 5 warehouses, but you need at least 1. So I've upgraded that today to level 6. Every time you upgrade it, it can hold a little more than it could before. Okay. So with these two, a level 6 here and a level 3 here, I can hold 800,000 of each of these. Okay. Got that? Great Hall. Great Hall. It's going to do stuff with uranium. Ignore this for now. Not important. Day 1. This thing you don't really care about. This thing is where you go to set if you want email notifications of when you get attacked and crap like that. Effects general. This stuff you can also get to, I think, if you click this little gear thingy up here. Yeah, it's the exact same thing. So it doesn't really matter if that's there or not. This is what you get in the beginning. Now, there's some things you might want to build later on. So we have the outpost, we have the dock, we have the shipyard, we have the Great Hall, we have the War Academy, we have the launch pad. The launch pad is where you shoot rockets from. That's what was in the weapons lab. Remember the third part of the weapons lab? That's for the oh shoot, where'd it go? That's for the launch pad. You already have a radio tower, you already have a trading post. You'll eventually want a launch pad. You don't need to upgrade it all the way, but you eventually want one just so you can have a rocket ready if you ever need it. These are resource generators, which I said don't bother with for right now. Warehouses, later on you can get more, but right now you can have up to 3. Research, you have this, you have the weapons lab, you have the advanced lab. Intelligence lab, you don't have yet. You'll need that at some point. Actually, I do want that, because there is stuff already for me that I could get. So if I go in here, I see I already have a couple things in here. Alright, so that's the Intel lab. Retrofit lab, I don't think I can build yet. I need a level 7 naval lab. A lot of stuff that you do has prerequisites, so you have to sort of plan that out a little bit. Sometimes you need to research online about which prerequisites. Tactical lab, you really don't care about right now. Tactical lab is only important for certain types of ships, and you don't have any of those. Defense, these are weapons platforms and walls. These are your weapon platforms, which we will eventually want guns on them, and we will eventually want a better design base. But till we get closer to the bubble, I kind of don't care. Defense terrain. Okay, this is land. Okay, now this thing right here, if you want to move stuff around, there's 2 ways to do it. This is the old way. The old way was you can take water and replace land. And if you want to build on land, then you do that. That's the old way. The new way is you click on any random building and you go to Base Planner. And Base Planner is a top-down way, and you can do things like get rid of land, put land back. Oops, wrong button. You can move junk. If you want to move it, you can move the stuff around. I've moved stuff around a little bit. I moved 2 slots of land from here over to here because a lot of these labs, see how they blow over 1 block? They need at least 2. A couple of things like that. And then you apply, you can close, you can save 2 versions. So there's different buttons you can play with. Discard, I didn't care. Okay, this is your basic base. Don't care about that right now. Messages, if you end up talking with other people, that's more of a persistent one. This is temporal, it goes away, you know. The messages will kind of stick around. These are some objectives you can get. We're going to go over campaigns in another video. So the shipyard, this button for the shipyard is the exact same thing as clicking here, going to Ship Designer. Fleets is the same thing as going to the dock. Question mark thingy, that's sort of help you figure out the game, but full screen. This makes your screen smaller, which is helpful sometimes. And these are campaigns, which we're going to go about in another video. I think I just told you that. Right here is your medals. Don't care about that right now. This is how long your bubble lasts. We just don't want to lose our bubble yet. This is how much coins you have in the game. If you plan it right, maybe you don't need to do this, but maybe you do. It's up to you. This is your level, and this is your meter to tell you how long you have until your next level, which you could just hover it and it tells you, I need 13, about 14,000 more points to reach level 18, and that's really not that many points in this game. So, and these are walls. Some weapons shoot over walls, and some weapons have to shoot through walls. So walls are important just to keep certain types of ships out of your base. That is a basic rundown of your base. Let me go to the map, just look at the outside of the base. So this is our bubble. This is your base. If you don't know where your base is, you can always click the Find Base button, and it will take you right back there. If your screen's wide enough, this little thing goes up here. Anything else that's really different? This takes you into your base. Locator probably might be kind of empty. Recent attackers are people that have destroyed your base, so you can go find them easily. Non-sector, don't really worry about the rest of that crap. And we have no bookmarks. The other thing up here is the battle log. So if you get hit, this one probably is empty. It's totally empty. If you get hit or you hit another base, it will start showing some information in here. Discuss takes you to the forums, which is very good. You're going to want to look at the player's guides, and you're going to want to look at this strategy section. Those are the two probably most important to you on a day-to-day thing. And you probably want to go to the general section and look at the stickies, the stuff at the top. That is a section where the company is going to tell you some new stuff, new things coming out. Initially, you will not really care about that. This is your little radar thingy, and this tells you which fleets are out, gives you some options of dealing with those. So this is basically concludes part one. I just want to talk about the base, just want to talk about the basic stuff in the base. Later on, before the bubble drops, we'll talk about how to set up a base a little bit better so that you're more prepared. And in part two, we're actually going to take some ships out and we're going to go destroy some stuff and sort of walk you through some of the ship controls and a little bit more of the fun stuff of the game. So, alright, so stay tuned for that one, and we'll have that one up before too long.